Hello everybody, Joe Bag Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of One. What happened last time? Eternity happened. It's happening again. But, Nagamori might have forgot us, because she ain't real. She ain't a real one, but Senpai would never forget us. And that archive room, and the kid who had an accident there totally has no, nothing to do with her whatsoever, and the fact that she's blind, but appears to have had sight at one point, and almost like if you hit your head wrong, you can, sever some stuff in there that's not supposed to be, and oops, now you can't see. Anyway, but let's not focus on any hypotheticals. Let's just read what's on the screen and get this show on the road. Sorry. I was up, quote unquote, late yesterday. I had a doctor's appointment in the afternoon to go get some blood drawn for my yearly blood work. Completely different from the other blood work I had done the other day, which I had to let my doctor know so that way they didn't see all my burst veins in my arm and be like, so what do you do in your free time? But yeah. So now both my arms are bruised, like right at the, what do you call it, the elbow? I feel like the elbow is the outside. I guess the inside of my elbow, like, where it actually bends and like folds onto itself. Weird. I never took an anatomy class, so I don't know if that is a specific name or they just call it the inside of the elbow. But enough of that. It's like 3 a.m. I just woke up. I'm gonna have to stay up like all day today, and all night tonight, and then go to bed tomorrow morning. But I got my good friend's coffee and a couple dark chocolate Reese's cups left over from the Halloween candy I put out. That's all I need to keep me company, and maybe some Uber Eats here and there. Because I'm too lazy to leave my own house, and I have enough money to be able to do that. I'm bougie as fuck like that. Anyway, yeah. Time passes on, simply flowing by. Hello? I gotta click on it. My existence grows ever fainter. The stronger my presence grows in that other world, the weaker it becomes in this world. It's a very simple principle. Simple and inescapable. I stare at my own hands, at myself against the backdrop of my familiar room. Even this ordinary combination will one day become a scene from the past, and that day won't be long in coming. Changing into my clothes, I leave the room. Walking down the empty corridor, I head to the first floor. I check the clock. It's just on 3 o'clock. Confirming the time, I head out of the house like always. To meet someone absolutely irreplaceable to me. To seek a bond with the last person left to me. Hi, Senpai.
Kohei-kun.
Extracting herself from the crowd of people leaving the school, she cheerfully runs over to me.
Konnichiwa, Kohei-kun.
Hi.
最近よくここで会うね。
Yeah, you come here often? Yeah, I guess we just happened to be going home at the same time. Dressed in my casual clothes, there's no way I could be on the way home from school, but Senpai has no way of knowing that. Let's go home together.
送ってくれるんだね。
Yeah. Total distance of 50 meters. Going at a comically slow pace, we walk all the way to our house. My sweaty hands, knees weak, arms heavy. I gently grasp Senpai's hand as she walks beside me. What's wrong? I unwittingly let go as she gives a stronger reaction than I had expected.
今、誰かに手を掴まれたんだよ。
Actually, I was going for hold rather than grab.
浩平くんだったの？
Yeah?
どうしたの？急に。
I don't know, just the mood felt right? She looks bewildered. Oh, no reason in particular. I won't if you don't want me to, though.
いいよいいよ。繋いで帰ろうね。
She extends her hand with a smile. I'll hold her hand. I grasp her hands, and this time I hold on tight. Well, don't fucking break it. Senpai looks a little shy, but nonetheless nods with a smile. Still, it's a pretty embarrassing sight. Is it? It's not really. Especially since we're right in front of the school. We continue to walk along without a word.
どうしたの？
With what?
今日の浩平くん、無口だよね。
Oh, just trying to suppress the existential dread of me fading from existence, normal. Really?
せっかく一緒に帰ってるんだから、もっとお話ししようよ。
Okay then, is there anyone you're going out with right now, senpai?
いきなりの質問だね。
Well, it's very pertinent to my interests, so... Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
謝らなくてもいいよ。ただ、ちょっと驚いただけだから。
It was a rude thing to ask after all, wasn't it?
でも、聞きたかったんだよね。
Yeah.
いないよ。
I see. I would have thought that there would be plenty of guys after you, senpai.
そんなことないよ。
But you have been confessed to before, right?
そうだね。
Oh, God, making me fucking cringe at my high school self. I actually never, had a crush on, anyone in high school besides, the one assistant teacher. Because she was, 22 and hot. And, 17-year-old me was like, woo, mommy. Fucking eyes bulging in my head, fucking steam horn, woo, woo, woo. But, yeah. But obviously, I wasn't a fucking moron, so I'm like, oh, I just like her. And that was all it was. But I did get confessed to a couple times, but adolescent teenage me was a fucking moron, and I would kick the shit out of him any day. If I even just saw him across the street, I wouldn't even look both ways. I'd just fucking run over and drop kick him. Fucking moron. I remember one girl. She came up to me in my locker. We were in band together for a couple of years. I didn't even know her name because she was in a different section than me. But, I don't want to say I stood out, but I kind of have, how would I describe it? Almost a devil-may-care attitude with things. Like, if I want to say something, most of the time I'm just going to say it. If what I'm doing might be considered kind of weird, but, I get a fucking kick out of it, I'll do it. I don't fucking care. Fuck those guys who fucking... But, fortunately my social skills were good enough that I would never be ostracized. Because my one fucking saving grace is that I'm kind of funny. And I don't mean that to, toot my own horn. It's just that my brain, fucking makes retorts and can fucking snap back like that for, witty comments. So, it's just someone will say something, boom, I'll fucking hit him with a zinger. And just, people will be, shocked with how quick I was able to come up with it. I can't do stand-up, but if you fucking put me, in situational comedy, dude, that's my zone. I'm in there all day long. But, that was enough for me to be able to, never be, the weird kid. I'd just be, kind of yeah, he's a little, but, he's funny and he's alright. I was the alright kid, if that's, if that's a good thing. But I guess in high school, just being the alright kid is a fucking success. But anyway, my tact, I guess you could say, with the ladies was fairly underdeveloped. As going back to what I was talking about earlier, she came up to me and walked. She's like, "Hey, I really like you. Would you go out with me?" And I'm like, "No, thanks," and just fucking closed my locker and walked away because I had class to go to, and I made her cry. and then her friends like came up to me at lunch and were angry that I made her cry. And I'm like, I don't see what I did wrong, man. I just, I just said no thanks. I wasn't mean about it. But, now looking back at it as someone with like 10 years more life experience from that point, there are better ways to handle that. Even in saying no, there's could have let him down a little lighter. But back then, I was definitely in the mentality, well, it's gonna suck either way, so let's just fucking rip that Band-Aid right off, huh? But my boy Kohei here doesn't need to worry about that. In that case...
でもね、私は絶対に断るよ。だって、残酷だからね。
Would it? I hadn't expected to hear this.
私と付き合うってことは、私が背負うハンデをその人にも押し付けるってことだから。
Okay, and?
一緒にいる時間が長ければ、きっと私はその人に迷惑をかけると思う。
Well, that's a pretty defeatist mentality to go into all this with. Well, that's not true.
浩平君。
She turns to look straight at me.
あのね、世の中の人は浩平君が思っているほどいい人ばかりじゃないんだよ。
But the worst part of it is she's not entirely wrong, but the world sucks and it's always gonna suck and you're always gonna be suffering, but you can either, choose your own suffering and choose the people you're gonna be suffering with instead of just, letting them beat you down alone. I can find no reply as she looks at me with those sad eyes.
苦しい思いをするのは私だけで十分だよ。だから私は自分の好きな人を束縛するようなことはしたくない。そういえばあと1週間だね。
What, to can't be graduation, we're only in February, I think. Senpai gently changes the topic. The graduation ceremony, you mean? No, maybe it is in February. I can't remember what the calendar said last time.
早いよね。
Graduation ceremonies up until now haven't really caught my attention, but I feel a little different this year. I guess it must be because I've gotten to know Senpai.
浩平君、卒業式には出席するの？
Yeah. I'd like to, if I can.
在校生代表で何人か出席できるよね。
There are?
多分そのはずだけど。
Oh, in that case, I'll definitely go.
本当？
It's probably just in the auditorium. You can just stand in the back. It's fine. Yeah, after all, it's your departure.
門出。
She lowers her gaze a little, her voice a murmur. What's wrong?
浩平君、絶対に来てね。
Sure, it's a promise.
もし来なかったらすごく怒るよ。
Alright. At last, we're in front of her house.
もう着いたね。
Yeah.
送ってくれてありがとう。
Yeah.
約束忘れたらダメだよ。
Yeah.
バイバイ、浩平君。
She waves and smiles before disappearing inside. Having seen her off, I turn and leave. Oh, okay, it was the end of February, so yeah, that lines up. Awoken by the sound of the bell, I hurriedly extend my hand to the alarm clock by my bed. That's the trick, man. You gotta put the alarm clock out of arm's reach. So that way you have to either at least sit up or get out of bed to turn it off. I know, because I do have a double bell alarm clock like that with the hammer that fucking smacks the bells. I fucking hate that thing. It's good, because it gets me up, but holy shit, it fucking scares me awake every single time I use it. Finding the switch by touch, I press it. Suddenly, the room is enveloped in silence. Shaking my head to drive away the sleepiness, I look around at my surroundings. It's my room, and Yukiko-san's house. Of course, that was only true up until a few days ago. If Yukiko-san were to find me now, she'd probably drive me right away. That's a good thing she's on a business trip. I can't afford to disappear now. I check the calendar. There's a red circle drawn around tomorrow's date. Misaki-senpai's graduation ceremony. Because I promised. Because I promised that I'd definitely be there to see her off. And that's the reason why I can't afford to disappear now. One more day. That's all I need. Oh, the phone in the living room is ringing. Getting up, I go down to the first floor. The ringtone echoes throughout the quiet house. I grasp the receiver. I already know who it is from. Hello, Orihara speaking.
川名です。
Her bright voice drifts from the receiver. Long time no see, senpai.
昨日も電話したよ。
You did? She's the only person who'd call me now is senpai.
それで明日のことなんだけど。
Well, it'd be really awkward if it was someone trying to reach your aunt, and they're like, who are you? Yeah, it's finally the day.
それで
Oh, my fucking
浩
jaw
平
just
くん
popped.
は今日学校に来ないの？
Today? Isn't today a day off?
卒業式に出席する人は明日の準備があるから学校あるよ。
Oh, I had no idea.
やっぱりだね。私も多分知らないだろうなって思って電話したんだよ。
Oh, thanks. Is it okay if I come over now?
もうすぐ始まるから急いでね。
Okay. Click. I return the receiver to the stand. Preparations for tomorrow, huh? There's no way I could have known. I've been to school for days now. I guess I'll try going now. After all, it'd be nice to see Senpai's face after all this time. So deciding, I changed my uniform and head for the school. It really has been a while, hasn't it? Since I last passed through these gates, or put my arms through the sleeves of this uniform, cherry blossom petals fall before my eyes as I pass through the gates, impressing the arrival of the current season upon me. No wonder it's so warm. Of course, there aren't any cherry blossom trees at our school. The warm winds must have blown them here. A sign decorated with pink carnations has been installed by several students outside the gates. Without a doubt, tomorrow's the day of the graduation ceremony. The air is already beginning to fill with the uniquely cheerful but slightly sad air of graduation. Leaning against the rooftop fence, I look down at the gym. From afar, I can see the figures of students carrying pipe chairs. You mean like folding chairs? I had come to school, but naturally, there's no work assigned to me. I hope it's another nice day tomorrow. I ponder this as I feel the gentle wind on my skin.
サボってる人発見。
A voice comes from behind me. How'd you know I was here? Hi, senpai.
こんにちは、浩平くん。
I'm not slacking off, you know.
それなら何してるの？
Just chilling. Image training.
大変だね。
She walks over to me with a little smile. So, you'll be graduating?
おかげさまでね。
You'll get lonely around here.
いつだって会えるよ。
How about you study for an extra year? I'd meant it as a joke, of course.
そうしようかな。
Is what I'm sure I heard from her whisper as she leans against the fence like me. Just kidding. I expected the usual phrase to quickly come afterwards. But the words did not emerge from her mouth. I hear the sound of the wind. The rattling of the fence echoes across the quiet rooftop. I know. I raise my voice on purpose. After the ceremony, let's go get something nice to eat.
それなら学食がいいな。
One last time. Cafeteria, huh?
あんまり嬉しそうじゃないね。
Well, given the occasion, why don't we go to the shopping district? Sadly, lowering her eyes, she seems to be lost in thought. Misaki-senpai? Oh yeah, she, like, freaked out the last time. Well, I guess it was in the other route, I think. Was it? I can't remember. We tried to fucking take her with us, and she, like, had, like, a panic attack about it. It's because she doesn't know, like, the route. By, like, heart. You don't seem yourself today, senpai. That's something I've sensed for a long time now.
そんなこと。
Her words trail off.
ねえ、浩平くん。
She seems to be deep in thought as she opens her mouth. She gazes beyond the fence.
今日はいい天気なんだよね。
Yeah, it looks like a nice day. Eh? Sure.
明日も明後日もいい天気だよね。
Well, I'll need to look at the weather. Probably.
そっか。きっと楽しいんだよね。
What, fading out of existence? For a moment, I don't know what she's referring to.
たくさんの人の喧騒に囲まれて、あちこちで楽しそうな笑い声が聞こえて、賑やかな客引きに実演販売の元気な声、好きなものを食べて、好きな服を着て、暖かな日差しと桜の香りを感じながら、好きな人と一緒に歩く。そこにいるだけで時間が経つのも忘れて、少しずつ静かになる夕暮れの空気を感じながら楽しい一日が終わる。そして次の日もまた新しい場所に立っている。その繰り返し。
Yep, that's how time works. She repeats the words again as she continues to look beyond the fence.
きっと楽しいんだよね。
In that case, let's go. I might not be able to get the person you love, but I'll take care of everything else. So...
ごめんね。
Oh, why?
怖いから。
Her voice is tiny. A frail voice, almost in danger of being drowned out by the sound of the wind blowing along the rooftop.
どうしようもなく怖いんだよ。
No, that's completely understandable.
外の世界が、この学校以外の場所が。
But senpai, you're always so... She always takes such care to make her blindness seem unnoticeable, but right now, she's acting the exact opposite way.
いつもはこの学校の中にいるからね。
Yeah, she knows the layout like the back of her hand. She turns to face me before continuing.
この学校は私が唯一光を取り戻すことのできる場所だったんだ。私ね、家が近かったこともあって、物心ついた時からこの学校を遊び場にしてたんだよ。小学校が終わると次はこの学校。毎日毎日勝手に忍び込んで校舎の中を走り回ってた。最初はもちろん先生に見つかって外に連れ出されたりもしたけどね。それでも毎日通う私に愛想をついたのか、そのうち先生も何も言わなくなった。
Yeah. I mean, I half get the teachers. It's like, alright, yeah, the kid's just fucking running around the school, whatever. But also, like, no, you really can't be here. Where are your parents? Where do you live? Hello?
中にはお菓子をくれる先生もいたんだよ。
Well... oh, that's a rough one. Because I'm trying to, obviously, I understand the position of the teachers that are fine with it, because it's like, fucking just a kid running around. They're not breaking anything. They're not getting into trouble. I mean, if they're here, it means they can't get into trouble. So yeah, sure, whatever. But you know, they're also not supposed to be there. So do your jobs, please. There's an innocent smile on her face as she speaks of her fond memories.
学生の人もよく一緒に遊んでくれたよ。昼休みに学食に連れて行ってもらったりもした。だから私も大きくなったら絶対にこの学校に通うんだって。そして小学校6年生の時。
Her eyes are fixed on me. Oh, gross. Where's my coffee? I'm fine. Fucking nasty. Alright. Know how I said I just woke up a little bit ago? Fucking wad of phlegm. Like the size of a golf ball. Just fucking rolled down my fucking sinuses into my mouth. Disgusting. Fuck, give me a second. Ugh. Oh, fuck me, dude. Doesn't help that my nostrils are like dried and cracked along with my lips right now. Because when I was working on that jet the other day, you know, the one where I was on it for like 12 hours straight. Well, like 14 hours straight. We had the heat on because it was cold out. And, you know, I'm working my fingers so I can't have my hands getting cold, like touching the metal tools and the metal support struts and the metal parts. But that also means I had the hot, dry air blowing on my face for 14 hours straight. Lips are still chapped from it. Nostrils are getting better, but you know, fucking that. Just woke up, post-nasal drip, gross. Everything's so gross. I'm so fucking gross. Maybe that's why no one loves me. Eyes that are dark, cold, and kinder than anyone else's.
私は目が見えなくなった。
Yep.
その時、私の中の風景は時間を止めた。私は私の知っている場所でだけ真っ黒なスクリーンに鮮やかな景色を映すことができる。ずっと大好きだった。この学校の中でだけ。
And now, tomorrow, she'll be graduating from that one remaining place. Her eyes become moist with tears. Those are painful memories for her. She was always so bright and cheerful that I would feel supported just by looking at her. Somewhere along the way, I had forgotten all about it. The fact that Misaki-senpai has had to walk a harder path than anyone else. And that even now, she continues to bear the burden of that sorrow. What can I do for senpai? In the end, what can I do for the one that I love?
卒業式、絶対に来てね。
Wiping away the tears on her cheeks, she shows me her usual smile.
多分、浩平くんに見送ってもらえたら、笑顔で卒業することができると思うんだ。
I'll be there, I promise.
寝坊したら、本当に怒るよ。
Or if I fade from existence. Sure, no matter what happens, I'll be there to see you graduate. It's the least I can do before I disappear from this world. To see the turning point in the life of someone important to me. It's the last apology I can make. Goodbye, senpai. So that I can say those final words with a smile. I wake up before the alarm clock goes off. Hesitantly, I open my eyes. I'm in the same place I was yesterday. I give an unwitting sigh of relief. There's no mistaking it. I still exist here in this world. That's something to be glad about. Now I'll be able to see Senpai graduate. Crawling out of bed, I switch off the alarm clock before it rings. Of course, this doesn't mean I'm completely at ease. My time might be up during the ceremony, or even just a minute from now. I shouldn't be thinking about that. I'll forget all about that for today. The only important thing about today is Misaki Senpai's graduation ceremony. Neatly putting on my uniform, I leave my room. But I come back one more time and stand in front of the mirror just in case. Adjusting my crooked tie, I leave the room for good this time. It's a nice day. Sunlight from the largely cloudless sky feels warm and peaceful. Bathed in that sunlight, the school building projects a clear shadow onto the ground. It's the perfect kind of day for a graduation ceremony. The beautiful pink sign installed yesterday outside the school gates announces the graduation ceremony. I've never felt anything before from seeing those words, but this year is different. There's someone I want to see off. Someone to whom I want to offer my best wishes from the bottom of my heart. Passing the school gates, I head towards the gym. The entrance to the gym is already buzzing with students in their uniforms. The graduating students are probably already inside, so the ones outside now are probably the current students who are attending. Taking a good look, I can even see my class rep among them. Only a few students from each class representing the current student body are allowed to attend. Naturally, there's no way someone like me who isn't even a student can join in. The only other alternative is to enter normally as a relative. It's not as though they check everyone who comes in, so I should be able to get in if I say I'm the brother of someone graduating today. That's what I'm counting on, but there's a familiar face sitting at the tent of the serves as the reception. It's my homeroom teacher, Hige. What's he doing here? Of course, he's probably manning the reception. Of all the people, anyone else would have been fine, but Hige is bad news. Well, he did catch us inside the other time, but I don't know if he remembers that he forgot that we exist and remembers that he forgot that different entrance. Ah, damn it. Futilely kicking the ground, I run around the gym. I'm looking for another entrance. Having run away from Hige the last time I was here, I suspect he's not just gonna let me pass. What? Who? Where? I suspect he's not going to just let me pass. Duh. What's more, he might even call the police. If that happens, I'll have a lot more to worry about than the graduation ceremony. Because right now, in this world, I'm nobody. Ah, damn it. This one's no good either. The usual wide open metal doors are tightly shut just for today. Why? I'm about to unthinkably punch the door when I think better of it. There's no point in causing a commotion for no reason. Damn it! Lowering my raised fist, I give another yell instead. Once more, I begin to run. I tried knocking on the door. I'm short on time. There's only a little while left before the ceremony starts, but this one won't open either. I stand in front of another entrance at a loss for what to do. There isn't an open door anywhere. That sounds like a fire hazard. There's no other leads. With no other leads, I head back to the front entrance. The general public has already entered the gym. Hige still remains at his post, unmoving. Judging by the way he's relaxing in his folding chair, he might not intend on moving until the ceremony's over. If he's a homeroom teacher to a third-year class, he'd be heading in right before the ceremony, but that's too much to hope for. I helplessly look at the gym from a distance. Am I not going to be able to keep my promise to Senpai? Another teacher emerges from the gym and exchanges a few words with Hige. After a few nods, he turns back inside, putting his hand on the door to open the sole remaining entrance, and then the door to the gym closes before my eyes. It's a nice day today. I lie there on the rooftop, gazing up at the rolling clouds. It's warm here, quiet too. I wonder how long I've been like this for. Before I know it, the rooftop has turned crimson. Still lying there on the concrete, I look up at the red-dyed ceiling in the sky. I feel comfortable. So comfortable that I could just fade away. I wouldn't mind that. But my words are interrupted by a shadow that falls over my head.
夕焼け綺麗
Yeah, it's beautiful.
よかったね
It'll be clear tomorrow too, she adds. Senpai, I can see them. Realizing the meaning of my words, she hurriedly holds down her skirt.
見た
Well, yes, he did say that he saw them. She stares at me with an embarrassed look. It's not that I saw them, just that I could have seen them. I explain, slowly sitting up.
ひどいよ
It was beyond my control.
うーん
Sulking, she turns away from me. Anyhow, I could only see a little bit.
ちょっとでも嫌だよ
But black lace, though. Very mature choice, senpai. It's a pretty justified opinion. Well, that's all fine and well, but more importantly,
よくないよ
congratulations on graduating, senpai.
ありがとう浩平くんちゃんと約束守ってくれたんだね
Yeah.
本当にありがと
It's that pure, innocent smile. I did promise, after all. It's nothing more than an excuse, but I get the feeling that it'd be better for Senpai too if I lied. Of course, I still feel guilty about it, but
うほら見て
she happily takes out a black cylinder. It's wrapped in a pink ribbon.
ちゃんと卒業証書もらってきたんだよ
Knowing you, I'm sure you would have been happier to receive red and white buns instead of just some certificate. Huh? Okay.
もちろんもらってきたよ
Nodding, she produces a gift-tagged box out of nowhere. No, for some reason, there are 2 boxes.
浩平くんの分だよ
Thanks.
後で食べようね
She grins, looking happy from the bottom of her heart.
でも本当にあっという間だったよ
Graduation ceremony?
うんこの3年間だよ
Yeah, that's how it goes.
この3年はすぐだったこれで最後なんだって思うと今までは当然のように身近にあったものが全部かけがえのないものに思えるんだ
I see.
浩平くんも絶対にそう思うよあと1年したらね
Yeah.
私ねこれから学校の中を歩いてみようと思うんだよ
Right now? The red-dyed sun is already half below the horizon. Yeah, we'll go with her. Right, in that case, I'll come along too.
えでも悪いよ
Don't worry about it. Cutting her words short, I begin to walk. After all, you did give me lunch. Today's the day that Senpai graduates from the school, and it won't be long before I disappear from this world. I look up at the sky. Before I know it, a pale, full moon is floating in the red sky. The corridor, illuminated in orange by the setting sun. Long, slanting shadows. It'd be weirder if the windows were slanted. Misaki-senpai and I walk down the quiet passage together.
ここの廊下って長いよね
They sure are.
昔ねここを走り回ってよく怒られたんだよ
Senpai, you haven't changed at all.
そうかもしれないね
She walks on with a nostalgic expression. We wander together through the school with our memories. The school which remains ever unchanging for her.
あ思い出したよ
Murmuring, she suddenly rushes over to a corner of the corridor. What is it?
ここにね私の落書きがあるんだよ
A long time ago?
あちこちに書いたんだけどほとんどが見つかって消されちゃったんだよ
Why didn't the teachers get more angry at you?
でもここの落書きだけは最後まで残ってたまだ 残ってるかな。
But there are no scribbles on the wall she's staring at. Only a coat of brand new paint from a recent refurbishment.
そっか。やっぱり消されちゃったんだね。
She gives a sad murmur, having guessed the answer from my silence. What did you scribble there?
恥ずかしいよ。
No, really, I'd love to know.
笑わない？
Absolutely.
誰にも言わない？
Despite how it may seem, the general consensus is that I'm pretty good at keeping secrets.
あのね、
She shyly turns her gaze downwards before continuing.
あいあいがさ。
Ooh.
ひどいよ。笑わないって約束なのに。
Sorry, it was just too cute.
浩平くん、嘘つきだよ。
I won't laugh anymore, okay? So, whose name was on it?
嘘つく人には教えてあげないよ。
I won't laugh anymore, I promise.
気になる？
Yeah? Yeah, I really want to know.
でもやっぱり嫌だよ。
So saying, she runs off. Giving a wry laugh, I chase after her. A scene from a gentle, slow-paced everyday life. Happy times that pass by in the blink of an eye. The crimson sun sinks beneath the streets, along with the time remaining to me. I walk with Senpai through the now completely dark school building. One by one, with a faint where's my coffee? I need more. I'm fine. I promise I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. Well, there's probably a lot wrong with me, actually. But I'll find out all that's wrong with me when I get my blood work back in a couple weeks. One by one, with a faint hint of sorrow, she tells me of her memories.
ごめんね。こんなに遅くまで。
There's no need to worry about me.
だったらもう一つだけわがまま言わせてくれるかな。
Request away. One, two, or as many as you like. For as long as my time holds out, I want to remain with the one that I love for even a moment longer.
最後に行きたいところがあるんだけど。
Okay, I'll come with you.
ありがとう。懐かしいな。
Yeah, this sure is a classroom. Oh. A third-year classroom, enveloped in darkness. Senpai's final place. You've been studying here up until recently, haven't you?
それでも懐かしいよ。
So saying, she enters the classroom. I follow her inside. We can't turn on the lights, of course, so it's still dim inside. Still, with the light of the full moon spilling in from the window, it's bright enough for me. Senpai walks to the back of the classroom, taking a seat at the third desk from the front in the window aisle. Is that your desk?
今日までは私の席。でも明日からは違う人のだよ。
Placing her hand on the desk, she looks outside the window. The moonlight illuminates her face. Senpai gives a remorseful cry as she sits in her desk. At her
返
desk.
却するの忘れてたよ。
But you forget your books? So saying, she takes 3 books out from inside her desk. Oh, library books. These are...
浩平くんと一緒に借りた本だよ。
There's no real need to return them, is there? It's not as if there's a borrower's card for them.
それは泥棒だよ。
Just a little 5-finger discount. Never hurt no one. But how are you going to return them?
今から返しに行くよ。
Isn't the library locked?
大
She
丈
has
夫
the
だ
key.
よ。合鍵があるから。
Let me guess. You forgot to return the key too.
その通りだよ。今日は本だけを返却して、後で鍵を返しに来るよ。
You can just like I don't know, write a note and, like, tape the key to it and, like, leave it on the librarian's desk and be like, here, I forgot this. Here you go. Bye. In that case, I'll go and return them now.
浩平くん、道に迷わないかな?
I'll be fine. Haven't gotten lost so many times already. I'm sure I've learned the way by now.
だったらお願いしようかな?
Yeah, just leave it to me. I accept the books and the spare key from her. I'll be right back.
いつまでも待ってるよ.
Talk about an exaggeration. She sees me off with a smile as I leave the classroom. I walk down the dim corridor, relying only on the moonlight. Despite this, I somehow managed to reach my destination without a problem. I'm in front of the library. Taking the spare key I've been entrusted with, I open the door. Inside, I find only darkness. Well, yeah, because the blinds are closed. Space devoid of even a single ray of light. I can see I can see no more than a few centimeters in front of me. It's literally pitch black. Why? I unwittingly murmur at the unusual sight. However, the cause of the darkness soon comes to mind. The curtains. Those thick curtains have probably been drawn to prevent the books from sunburn. This could be a problem. The light from the corridor doesn't reach where I'm standing. At this rate, I won't even be able to walk properly. Well, you can turn the lights on in the library, because, you know, the blinds are closed. I feel for the light switch. If the light from outside can't get in here, then the opposite must be true too. That means it should be okay to turn on the lights in here. Somehow managing to find the switch, I turn it on. After a brief delay, the lights come on. The brightness is painful to my darkness-adjusted eyes. I'd better get back soon, or something I will start getting lonely. I'm about to step inside when I come to a sudden stop. I can turn the lights on simply by flicking a switch, but for Senpai. Returning to the entrance, I turn the switch back off. The room is shrouded in darkness once more. I don't know what point there is in doing this, but even so, I set foot into the darkness. True darkness. Kind I can't even make out my own figure in. I move on carefully, one step at a time, spreading out my arms to check whether there's anything in my way. Blah! Something sweeps me off my feet. A sharp noise echoes throughout the stillness as my body crumbles pathetically to the floor. The floor is right before my eyes. Beside me is a lump of steel. Oh, what's this? I nervously extend my hand to touch it. Oh. It's nothing but an ordinary chair. Seems I tripped on a chair someone left in the walkway. Dusting off my uniform, I push against the ground and get back to my feet. I can read. I didn't just make up a bunch of words and say them. Ah, damn it! Clapping the dust from my hands, I begin walking again. How dusty is the ground in the library, my god. But now I've completely lost my sense of direction. I don't even know which direction I came in from. Nor, of course, where the bookshelf I'm heading for is. Bookshelf? Oh, that's right, I should be carrying some books. Right now, I'm empty-handed. I hurriedly search the floor. Crawling along the dusty floor, I feel about for the books. I can't find them. Where are they? Where? I begin to feel a sense of futile anxiety. My hand brushes up against something hard. A book? No, it feels different. Touch it again. It feels chilly and hard. What's this? I try pulling it towards me. A loud noise? What? I have no idea what's going on. A loud noise echoes throughout the formerly quiet room. I unwittingly turn around. But all that's there is darkness. The room suddenly falls silent again. Once again, everything is still. I strain my eyes, but I still can't see anything. Not even the faintest ray of light reaches me. Looking down, I still only see darkness. can't even see my own feet. If there were stairs in front of me right now, I could probably slip on them without noticing. I can feel my body trembling because I'm scared. Now I understand the meaning behind those words. Not being able to see causes a fear so great that it makes you despair at the very thought of living. If I were to continue to wander in this darkness forever, if I was told that my vision would never return again, what would I do? There's only one conclusion. No matter how many times I think it over, I reach the same conclusion. I've never thought of myself as a particularly weak person, and yet... What about Senpai? What did she do? How did she feel when she lost her sight? Did she reach the same conclusion that I did? But Senpai's here right now. Suddenly, the lights come on. The darkness dissipates, and the scenery of the library drifts into view. On the floor is a rubbish bin, and its contents scattered everywhere. That's because of the noise I just heard. Pathetically enough, I had been surprised by the sound of something I knocked over myself. I can hear Senpai calling me from the entrance. Yeah. Getting up and turning towards the entrance, I can see Senpai peering in with a worried expression. Hey, come on. I'm not a kid, you know? She nods apologetically. Just 1 second. Picking up the 3 books, which had fallen exasperatingly close to me, I returned them to their proper place. Thanks for waiting. Rushing back to the concerned-looking Senpai, I turn off the lights. I'm sorry, Senpai. I lied to you. Coming out of the library, we walk together down the dimly lit corridor. How did he... I'm sorry. I don't have one. She giggles as she smiles. No, really, it's my fault. It all happened because of my own weakness. There's no excuse for that. I'm sorry. She smiles enthusiastically, as if trying to cheer me up. Right now? A graduation ceremony with just the 2 of us. Sure, if you're okay with me being the only student representative. Well, that means you're automatically valedictorian, so excellent work, Senpai. You can put that on your resume. Once again, we've come back to this place to witness Misaki Senpai's graduation. Just me and Senpai. Oh god, my throat. Choking on my own spit. I'm fine. Graduation ceremony for 2. I slept with the feeling. Oh god, I can't even speak now. I slept with the ceiling fan on last night, so my throat's really fucking dry. She slowly moves to stand by the window. Looking up at the dazzling starry sky, she then turns to me. Illuminated from behind by the light of the city and the moon, her appearance is almost mystical. I gaze at her, unwittingly entranced. Oh, right. Her innocent smile pulls me back to reality. We'd better not. Even now, we're just whispering. Oh, what's that? A speech to farewell the graduating students. That doesn't sound right. Probably should have switched out farewell with, like, send off or something. I see. Well, congratulations, senpai. What's wrong? Yeah, that's all you're getting.
続きは
That's all. Does it usually go on for longer?
今の160倍くらいは長いよ。
Yeah, usually they fucking write on and on and on. Really?
でもいいよ。内容は間違ってないと思う。
Let's move on then.
次は卒業生代表の答辞だね。
The opposite of the farewell address, right?
私が浩平くんにお礼の言葉を返すんだよ。
Okay.
今日は本当にありがとう。私、浩平くんに出会えて本当に良かったと思ってるよ。もしあの夕焼けの日に私が屋上に行かなかったら、浩平くんが来てくれなかったら、そう思うとたくさんの選択の中で浩平くんと出会えたことが。
She looks down, her words coming to a stop.
ごめん。感謝の言葉がいっぱいで、これ以上恋にならないよ。
That's more than enough.
ありがとう、浩平くん。
Sobbing, she manages to wring the words out. The two of us stand there silently for a while.
次は何かな。
I don't know, give certificates? Isn't it the principal speech?
それは無理だね。
Yeah, it's not as if we can call him in here.
ということは PTA 代表の挨拶とかも無理だね。
Gross. Yeah.
残ってるのは卒業証書の授与だけだよ。
So saying, she hands me the cylinder containing her graduation certificate. All I have to do is to hand this back to you, right?
名前を呼んでからね。
Okay. Straightening my posture, I turn to face her. Misaki-senpai. I send the certificate to her.
こんな時に先輩はつけないよ。
Should I just call you by your name then?
フルネームでね。
Okay. Once again, I turn until I'm directly facing her. Kawana Misaki.
はい。
Accepting the certificate from my hand, she nods. Is that it?
卒業式全部終わっちゃったね。
No, that didn't even take 5 minutes.
あんまり盛り上がらなかったね。
God, if only actual graduation only took 5 minutes. Holy shit. Just send the certificate in the mail. I just want to go to, like, Applebee's or something. Well, with just the two of us.
でも楽しかったよ。
I know. Why don't we eat these? These? Oh yeah, the buns, not the certificate. I take out the box of red and white buns I had received from her.
ちょうどお腹空いてたんだよ。
The two of us sit beside each other in the pitch black classroom eating buns. We look even more ridiculous than we did on Christmas. There's definitely something not right about this graduation ceremony.
でも私はこんな卒業式の方が嬉しいな。
That's alright then. Her voice is cheerful as she gives a nod. The moon in the night sky begins to glow even brighter, casting its light upon Senpai through the square windows. Senpai, who is gentle and cute and stronger than anyone else. I'm glad that I fell in love with her. And sad that I'll never... and sad that I'll have to part with her. Senpai?
どうしたの？
May I kiss you? The words fall out of my mouth.
理由によるよ。
Because I love you, Senpai?
卒業式の後に告白なんてドラマみたいだね。
No one shows any dramas this sappy.
そうだね。浩平くん、前に言ったよね。絶対に断るって。
I want to be with you, senpai.
ダメだよ。
I want to be closer to you than anyone else. Of course, if you don't feel anything for me, I won't mind if you turn me down. But if...
私はね、好きな人を束縛したくないんだよ。だから浩平くんの気持ちに応えることはできない。
Because you think you'll only be a burden?
そうだよ。
If you're gonna turn me down over something like that, even I'd get angry.
でも
I'll stay by your side, senpai. Whatever happens, in the end, I'll be by your side.
私バカだから言葉通りに受け取るよ。
Sure.
後で今の言葉後悔しても知らないよ。
Sure.
本当に信じていいんだよね。
Sure. Bathed in moonlight, she slowly gazes into my eyes. The lights in the distance glitter in a spectrum of colors. Senpai's anxious expression is right beside me now. And then... Hey! We in there, boys! Drawn closer to her, I press my lips against hers. The soft sensation travels through the parts where we are faintly touching. You mean your lips? A simple kiss with just our lips pressing against each other. Yeah, don't go full tongue for a nice little romantic smooch like this. Illuminated by the lights of the city pouring in from the window, we stand there as if frozen in this moment. What I'm seeking is a bond with the person important to me, Misaki senpai, and because I'm hopelessly in love with her. Senpai who is lovely and kind, and has a heart stronger than anyone else's. The warmth of the one I love flows through from where we are touching. And then...
浩平くん。
She gives a bewildered cry. I know I'm being unfair, but nonetheless, I continue to seek Senpai's warmth. Oh, am I gonna have to do some editing here? Placing her hands against the wall behind her, she crumbles onto the classroom floor. What? As if following her body, I crouch down and embrace her. The body I had embraced once before feels warm and smaller than I had expected.
温かいね。
She too puts her arms around me and holds me to her. I can hear her voice coming from right by my ear. And a soft sensation. Senpai. Sliding my hand around from her back, I touch the curves of her chest. Oh, here it comes.
浩平くん。
At least this game's H scenes seem to be pretty short. And you know, right at the end of the episode, so there'll probably be a cut coming, and then right at the end, you know, it'll jump back to the date change or whatever. Looking embarrassed, she tries to push my hand away.
私も女の子なんだよ。
Yeah? I know.
恥ずかしいんだよ。
I know, but I love you. She's older than me, and yet she's lovely, kind, and irreplaceably precious to me.
きっと風邪ひくよ。
She looks away as she whispers, I don't mind.
私も構わないかな。
Her face is growing brighter red, but even so, she gives me a nod. Thanks. Hey, here we go. So, yeah, time to do a nice big old cut. Cut-a-rooney. Where's my... one of my sticky notes here. I'm gonna write down time code. 1, for about 40-ish. All right, see you guys after the cut, and or over in the Mega where this part's gonna go. So woo! See you wherever. The moon is beautiful tonight. Are we back? Are we back on the YouTube? I think we are. Only 10 minutes. Not bad. Not bad. Framed by the window, a brilliant portrait of the night unfolds before us. I'm glad I can share this moment with the one I love, even if she can't see the same view that I can.
屋上行こうよ。
The roof.
きっと星が綺麗だと思うんだ。ダメかな。
It's gonna be cold. No, it's not that we can't.
だったら
Okay. The door that leads to the rooftop. Push it open, the two of us step outside. As expected, the wind is cold at night, even in this season. It blows across the roof, threading its way through the gaps in the fence that melt away in the darkness. The cold, clear air affords us a brilliant view of the starry sky. Senpai stands there now, turning up as if to look at the stars. Senpai, can I ask you something? I hesitate before deciding to press on with my question.
何？
I know it's not something I should be asking, but I want to know. Have you ever become tired of living? Become tired of living in a world surrounded by darkness? Wanted to escape from this world? Wanted to die? I'm sorry, never mind. Just forget I asked. But Senpai shows me the same innocent smile as always before she finally speaks.
あるよ。もち
Her voice really sounds no different from its usual tone.
もう二度と目が見えないんだって理解したとき、死のうと思った。先生や両親はいつか医学が進歩したらきっと目が見えるようになるから、だからそれまで頑張ろうって言ってくれたよ。でもね、私は自分の目が
Yeah.
二度と光を取り戻すことがないって知ってたんだ。先生やお父さんやお母さんが嘘ついてるって知ってたんだ。だからね、その時は死のうって思った。
She makes her tragic confession as though she's simply discussing a trivial, everyday topic. Turning up towards the sky, she gazes at the stars floating in the night sky with her sightless eyes.
綺麗だよね。
I simply remain silent, unable even to nod. It's all I can do when I think about how she must have felt when told that she would never see this scenery again. Why? Why did you decide to remain in this world? She turns her gaze back to me in response to my question.
私ね、あんまり考えるの得意じゃないけど、その時はいろいろと考えたよ。ずっと一生懸命考えたよ。あのね、浩平くん。
I give only a vague reply.
私ね、好きなドラマがあったんだよ。
Drama?
うん。大好きな俳優さんがいっぱい出ててね。毎週欠かさず見てたんだ。1話見終わったらその次が気になって、今度はどんな話なんだろうって考えながら1週間過ごして、そして次の週の放送が始まって、期待通り面白くて、また次の週が気になって、またいろいろ考えながら1週間過ごして、また面白くて、あの時はそれが日常で私のすべてだったよ。
So, what, is this like a metaphor?
だから目が見えなくなった時、一番悲しかったことはね、
They couldn't watch the drama.
そのドラマの最終回を見ることができなくなることだったんだ。
I was such an idiot, wasn't I? She adds with a little smile. But It's anything but a self-deprecating smile.
でもね、結局いろいろと考えているうちに気がついたらそのドラマの最終回が終わってたんだ。それを知ったのは友達からの電話だった。その友達は私の目が見えなくなったなんて知らないから、昨日のドラマ見たっていつもの調子で話しかけてくれて、私はうんともいいえとも言うことができなくて、ただ相槌を打つだけだった。
I don't know, that's a pretty cut and dry yes or no question. Don't I answer neutrally to that?
もうすぐ私は死ぬんだって思ってたから。友達はずっとドラマの最終回の話をして、最後にこう言ったんだよ。最終回面白くなかったねって。美咲が考えてたのと違う結末になっちゃったねって。美咲が考えてくれた話の方が面白かったよってね。そしたらね、なんだか悩んでたことがバカらしくなって、悩んでたことがバカらしくなったら死のうって思ってたこともバカらしくなって、なんだ、私が悩んでたことはこの程度のことだったんだって、先生たちの言葉を信じてみるのもいいのかなって思った。私は綺麗な光景を見ることはできないけど、でもその景色は間違いなく今自分が立っている世界に存在してるんだから、それを別の方法で感じることができるんだからって。だから今はこの世界が好き。別の世界に行こうなんて考えない。
Very nice. The words come to a stop. She looks up again at the sky, filled with twinkling stars.
ねえ、夜空綺麗だよね。
Following her gaze, I look up at the same sky. And this time, I can give a definitive nod. Yeah, it's beautiful. She had told me the story of her past as if it were nothing more than a small talk. A story she probably would have preferred to avoid, but I know. I know of how she must have gone through unimaginable pain before she could speak of these things with a smile. Senpai had overcome that pain. Instead of running away, she faced it head on. She had found her own answers.
ごめんね、変な話しちゃったね。
Thanks, Senpai.
どうしたの？
You really are strong, Senpai.
単純なだけだよ。
Senpai, why don't we go on a date tomorrow?
どこへ行くの？
Wherever you want to go.
私が行きたい場所は怖いところなんだ。
I'll be there with you. I'll always be there by your side. Are you still frightened?
浩平くん、頼りなさそうだし。
Well, that may be true, but... Really? Senpai slowly walks over to me.
商店街、それから桜の咲いている公園。
It'll be your treat, of course, she adds. Alright.
信じていいんだよね。
Yeah.
信じるよ。浩平くんの言葉、全部。
Yeah. Bathed in the wind on this cold, clear night, Misaki-senpai gives a light smile. Smile for me, as she trusts in my words. I just need a little more time. Right now, from the bottom of my heart, I want to be with Senpai, even if it's just for a little while longer. Alright, well that's where we're going to stop it for today, because I got some editing to do, and we'll see next time if our main man Kohei here is able to keep his promise, or if he's just going to fade into eternity, and, you know, maybe come back in the end like last time? Hard to say. But, once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next time for possibly the conclusion of Misaki-senpai's route. Hope to see you all there. Later.